when you sang me the song. Well, hey, baby, I love you. Hey, baby, I need you. Hey, baby, you ain't got to prove to me you're some kind of macho man. You're over 40 years old now. Nights would be so cold now if you hadn't.
Yo, what's up? You're off in God's country with your boy, Reed.
Dan, Turkey Killer, Isbell.
Also known as the Brothers Hunt, where we take a weekly drive to the intersection of country music and the great outdoors. Chloe, do you know how to do the drive sound? God, Ray,
Come on, Ray, dude.
we're doing this new thing now. We do the intro, you know, if you watch the show and listen
Can
to
we
it.
fire Ray? Can we just...
Can we hire Chloe right now? Chlorilla?
Glorilla.
Hey, Chloe, do you want to come out here and wave at the camera?
Glorilla. You looking great today, Chloe.
Dude,
Come
get
on
out here, Chloe.
Come
Get
out
out
here
here.
and do a spin.
Get out here. Come on. Get out here. She's coming. Come
There
on.
she
come
comes,
on.
Chloe. Look at that
There's
long
Chloe.
hair.
Hey, Chloe.
Yeah,
Chlorilla.
Good job,
There you
man.
go.
Got them.
Ray, get out of here.
Get out of
Actually,
here, Ray.
You can't get out of here because you're already gone. All the time.
Get more out of here, Ray.
He is. He probably will.
Anyway, two things that go together.
Two things that go together like a 4 hybrid buttercut fade up the middle of the fairway on number 1 at Pebble.
Or a rumble strip and a tour bus. Also brought to you by... This is your cue, Chloe.
There you go. You're right there on it.
Pro.
Ray would have been later than that. You actually did a better job of starting that thing than Ray does.
Instead of Chloe, it's Pro-y Chloe.
Here we go, everybody.
Yeah, let's go.
Well, here we are at the end of April, and them bucks horns are starting to grow. So slap a 3.0 on a tree and see if that deer from last year shows.
And if you got a sketchy neighbor, man, and he just won't respect your space, take a pic with it in 360 today and prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law. Sheesh, man.
Give me my tackle boxes back.
You know where we messed up was like making it different every time.
Remember when Dad got those tackle boxes stolen and all his fishing poles?
Kind of got him back, though. Got some of them back?
Yeah, they found the guy, and then they were still in like the van that he
Some meth
was in.
guy or something.
Yeah, some methy. Yeah.
I mean, like you're going to get a bunch of meth money from Buzz Baits and old Vienna sausages.
Jake Owen.
Yep.
Man. What a light.
Man, I respect that guy. Dude.
I do too, man. I have mad respect for that cat. He's
and I gotta be honest, when that video clip came out of him like doing the breakdown thing, I was like, oh, this guy's in trouble.
me too.
And I didn't know him, so I was kind of just like an innocent bystander to the whole thing. And I was like,
It's almost like the music industry got another one.
I was like, why did he post that? But dude, today I have a clear understanding.
Yeah.
And I respect him. I respect his honesty in the game for sure.
Just a good dude, man. He's got 2 little girls, and you can tell where his passions lie and what's important to him. Vulnerable dude, a killer vocalist. I mean, he sat there and played those songs. Really mad at Dan. I didn't say nothing about not liking Alabama.
Totally threw me under the bus.
I didn't throw you under nowhere. He just took you there, bro. He pulled you under the bus.
Look,
when
man.
I was standing there, I don't like Alabama either. But I didn't have to say it today because you said it first.
You know what you went out like. You could have jumped in that boat with me, and you were just like,
I didn't go out like nothing. I didn't go out like nothing. I was never asked if I liked them or not.
Yeah, because I took just like everything else. I took the bullet for it.
Just like everything else. Yeah, right.
Anyway, you'll see.
You're gonna like Jake Owen a whole lot, man. He's a good cat, and it's a good interview. Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thank you for just supporting the podcast, for believing in it. If you
hey, I wanted to say something.
If you haven't subscribed or hit the notification button, be sure to do that on YouTube. It helps us out a whole lot.
Turns out a listener, shout out Mike Dolan, said, hey, I listened to the Zach Top interview and I know what's wrong with your thumb. You need to get this brace, swing by my office.
Jackson Mike Dolan?
Yeah. He's a hand doctor.
There you go. Yeah, I know Mike.
So like if you hear something we say
and can help us out or send us cool stuff,
or maybe get us on a free hunt somewhere,
do it.
Holler at us, dude. Or like
If you
Put us on the trail of a 1958 D16.
If you can do anything,
D18.
if you can do anything for us,
Just do it.
just do it, dude.
Yeah.
Why not?
If you
If
just,
there's anything that you can do for me, have at it.
here's my thumbs up.
Be my guest. Jake Owen, thanks for listening. God's Country. See ya.
Who's older?
I'll let you guess.
Yeah, guess. We're rolling, by the way.
Reed's older.
We're live. Why do you think everybody says that?
Everybody says that, dude.
Literally.
Are you not?
Everybody.
I'm 4 years older than you. Wait, did you think I was Reed?
No.
It's probably because that that toddler boy haircut you got right now.
Okay. Wish I was Morgan Wallen.
Me?
Yeah, look at that mullet, dude.
I do. I don't know. Wish I was
Look at
me.
that, you look at that Squidbilly kid.
Because I told you that's what I said
I think
yesterday
you
at the
look
pool.
like but you said you look like the preacher. I think you
I
look
said
more like
if my hair is like wet, I feel like I look pretty good. If it's not wet and just curled out, I feel like the mayor off of Squidbillies.
Anyway, show's not about you, man.
Not about me
At all.
He's 4 years older.
I'm 4 years older.
I have a twin brother.
Do you?
Yeah.
For real?
Why would I lie about that?
No, I'm just kidding.
What if you did?
No, I'm just kidding.
I
don't
just said that.
No, yeah, I do. He's 15 minutes older than I am.
Wow. Y'all tight?
Yeah, we are. He's my best friend.
Same.
And he's amazing, man. He's grew up sharing a room and all the way till we were like, I think we were like 14 or 15. We got our own room finally. And then we went to college together at Florida State. And then he played. He got a full tennis scholarship there. He was all American. He was a stud.
Cool,
he was a stud.
Dude. He's playing tennis. You're playing golf, and
I didn't go there to play. No, I went there in hopes to play some golf. And I really went. When I think back about it, like even though like golf or sports and stuff was a big deal to me at that time in my life, like my brother was the biggest deal to me, and I don't think I really wanted to leave him. I had a scholarship to a couple other schools, but I didn't want to, like, after my whole life of being with my brother, like go the opposite direction.
Dude, I feel that.
I think that's why I'm here. I think that's why I'm in Nashville doing this, is because I didn't really have a plan at after getting into college and working through high school. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I called Dan one night and he was like, dude, move to Nashville.
Yeah.
Move to Nashville, write songs. It's
I mean,
so
music
much fun.
was always in him. You know,
He was
what I mean?
like, it's so much fun. So I was like,
It's not like a real job, bro. You should just move to Nashville.
dude, it's the easiest thing in the world,
Yeah.
dude.
Looking back, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have got him into this shit
Right.
show. But anyway, music was always there, and I was always a lot larger than Reed, so we never really like fought a whole lot. I mean, we had our squabbles and stuff like that, but like he was tiny and I was a giant, kind of like since birth, you know. So we just kind of hung out, but we shared the same room until I went to college. Really,
Dude, we had a we won a.
and my boys are going to do the same thing. Them jokers, I don't care if there is extra rooms; they're staying in the same room because we kind of co-write life together now.
Dude, that's where the bond. That's the bond, man. That's where that's where it's created. It's
Dude, I remember when I was a kid, my dad, he'd come in, he'd be like, "Don't stop talking." You know, like my dad would probably go to jail these days for the stuff. He's like, if I got to come in here one more time, I'm bringing a belt.
my dad's
And
my
Jared and
dad's a
I'd be
bad-
like, laughing. And next thing you know, here comes my dad with a belt.
Yeah,
All right, let me ask you.
And
this.
then I would play the game where he'd be like, "All right, y'all get up, like put your hands on the bed or whatnot." And people watching this will probably think my dad, by the way, is a legend.
So is ours.
He's
Same
amazing.
exact
My
same-
dad never did anything. Like I learned so much from my father. He's still alive, by the way. He's awesome.
Great.
But I remember like holding onto the bed when my dad would like give us a belt whipping. And I would be like, I'm not crying. I'm gonna make sure
man.
Jared's gonna be the one that cries.
Hell yeah.
And I'd be like, dad hit me with that thing. Yeah. But and then he'd leave the room and Jared and I like, so those, you know how it goes. You got
Dude,
it.
we used to put Gideon Bibles in our back pockets before we got spanked.
And Nintendo games, you know, they were square and they would fit in the back of them.
Oh yeah.
And then
the ones he'd blow in.
yeah, he'd crack when he go, and he'd be like, "Get that,
take Super Mario 3 out of your back pocket so I can whip your
Marlin." Hey, don't break Black Marlin,
Blue
man.
Marlin,
Yeah,
Blue
Blue Marlin. My
Marlin. Yeah, we used
bad.
to play that game all the time.
Black Bass. Is that what it was? Black Bass. Yeah.
Anyway,
Brotherly love, man.
Dude.
That's a good song. You know that song?
It's brotherly love.
There you go. Keith Whitley and Earl Thomas Conley.
Yeah, that's right.
We had the same last name and the same color eyes.
we had the same.
But we fought like
last
tigers over that old red bike.
That's
Yeah,
good
dude.
stuff.
I miss my brother, man. He lives in Florida.
name. Oh, really?
He just had a little boy, so I've got girls. So he's carrying on that
name,
that Owen,
The Owen
that
name.
Owen masculinity.
Man, we did this the other night. It was really funny. I was in a great place on a Friday night in my house. We were talking about whipping kids. You know, not whip.
We're just talking about beating our kids,
giving kids spankings, and
punishing your children.
And I don't have. I mean, luckily my top two are pretty. Like, you don't really have to do anything, but man, my bottom one, he's gonna get it, dude, because he's just like, he's 1.5. He's just like he just doesn't have like the natural compassion that my other. I can just see it's coming, you know. So I was like, man, I remember when me and Reed got whippings, like it seemed like every day, you know. And so me and my wife started talking about it. She was like, "How many spankings do you think you've got in your life?" I was like, "Oh, thousands." So what we did, we got all our siblings on the phone, me, Reed, and my two sisters, and we called my dad and we're like, "Hey, how many times did you spank us?" And he was like, "Dan, probably like 4 or 5 times." And I was like, "What, dude? You whip me 4 or 5 times a week, dude?" And he was like, "No, I didn't. I didn't have to." Reed, 7 or 8 times. I mean, me and my sister were It
is weird though, because you when you think back at, like, you're like, oh man, I got spankings all the time. But you only, like, when you really try to think of like the individual spankings, you can think about a handful.
That's true.
I can think of one.
Oh, give us a good one. Give us a good one.
In particular, it wasn't a
I got one
spanking, but listen.
Hey, this is Jake Owen, everybody. By the way, I ain't done the introduction yet, but I know this is
My
Jake
dad told me, I used to like to just like, there'd be like a matchbook or something on the table, and I just like to light it and
yeah, it's awesome.
You know, as a kid, you're like,
dude,
whoa,
fire's
and
awesome.
blow it out. Yeah. My dad said, "Don't you ever play with matches. Don't you ever play with matches." And I don't know, I vividly remember one night or one middle of the day, I was upstairs in their bedroom for some reason, and on the little coffee table next to, like, they had this like little mini like chaise lounge in their bedroom, and it was like sateen, like purple, and I saw those matches, man. I don't know what it was, and I was looking at it, and I was like, "That's cool," and I said, I blew it out. When I blew it out, the top of that match like blew off onto the sateen couch. And I remember it hit the couch cushion, and I saw that couch cushion immediately just go and open up with like a hole.
Dead.
And I looked, I was like, "Oh God.
Dead. You're dead."
Well,
dead.
My dad got home, and he saw that when he got home.
You didn't beat it?
He said, "Come here. Come here."
He knew.
He brought me in there. He sat me down on the couch. He said, "All right, sit here for a second." He grabbed that pack of matches. He said, "Give me your finger." Where? And he held my finger like this, and he lit a match. This sounds messed up, man. He lit a match. He just took it and he put it under my finger. I mean, what felt like 5 seconds was probably a half of a second.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
My dad's probably so pissed I'm telling the story right now. But I never played with another pack of matches ever again. And I remember that. And I like looking back on it, like,
I can't feel the fingertip
in
of my
this
left.
world we live in, you know, people could, you know, say, "Oh, it was like," but I'm grateful for my dad and those types of things. I would never do that to my children now. You know, I would never do that to my daughter.
That was the conversation we were actually having. Like, would you? I was like, "Dude, I'd never raise a belt to my kid. I don't think."
No, it's just different times, and you know, but you know, nowadays they're like, "We're taking your phone away."
No Instagram.
All right, what am I doing here? What are we talking about, man?
Man, we got a Floridian.
Here we go.
Girl, I'm already excited about this, dude. A girl dad times 2, a multi-platinum country artist known for his laid-back sound, coastal influences, and chart-topping hits. Owner of the Tiki Tonk, a dedicated philanthropist, and founder of the Jake Owen Foundation. He's a baller on a wakeboard. He's got over 1 billion streams, a reputation for feel-good anthems, and one of the most electric live shows in country music. His latest album, Dreams to Dream, is out now. It's a killer. We're going to talk more on it on a bit. We've got the one, the only Jake Owen out in God's country.
Jake Owen. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us, man.
Yeah, man, glad to be here.
You look like $1 million bucks.
You do. You look like
dang, you're so fine,
a superstar.
Dude. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. Huh? What you mad at? Let's go. Let's get into it. Because I'm excited about this, dude. What you mad at? Just tell us what it is. What you mad at? Is it your in-laws' kids? Might be a boss man. or your neighbor's cat. Just tell us what you're mad at.
Interesting that you guys can harmonize so well. Dan being a guy that is not a fan of the band Alabama. And that's what I'm mad at. I got here this morning. You asked.
I didn't say.
You said,
This
what,
is for
what
my boy
song?
Luke Combs
I sat
and
up.
Adam Church. Yes.
I sat up for hours last night because I'm a fan of this podcast, and I've a lot of
That does make me feel good.
I've seen a lot of my buddies on here, and I've seen some guys do a great job, and I've seen some guys do all right. and and I thought, well, I'm not going to go in there and drop the ball. Like
You're not going to.
I want to come in with a heater.
Sure.
And so I came in, and my first thought was
The only time that's ever happened, by the way, nobody's ever come in here and go, hey, man, I prepared, and this is what I'm going to do, and this is going to for I appreciate you for
Yeah,
that.
well,
Sorry for
I
what happened
thought
next.
let's crush an Alabama song.
He also said.
And before I even told you the song, your initial reaction was, "Oh man, I'm not really a big Alabama fan." And I was about to say, "Well,
I think I said guy.
I'm not
sure I said fan. So I'm not sure that I'm a big Alabama guy.
where are you from? Where are y'all from?"
West
Right where
Tennessee.
Alabama, Mississippi, and Tennessee meet.
Listen, man,
Right
I
there.
got love for him, and I got mad respect for him. It's just, it's.
What about Alabama as a band makes you not a fan?
I mean, I guess I just didn't like the real early stuff that everybody loves. At the time, I was like really fumbling here. I'm trying to.
No, it's okay. I'll listen.
We're
I'll
just-
wait.
I'm being-
we're waiting. I'm not saying a word.
I
'cause
drove
it's
all the way down here from Kingston Springs, so
It's all
I'm
the
ready to
way.
hear. I'm ready to get a good understanding of how somebody sitting on Music Row cannot love
Dan.
Randy Owen.
Yeah, dude.
I've never said I didn't love Randy. I love Randy Owen. I didn't love the early stuff. I was a late Alabama guy. Now I respect the game. I respect the hustle a whole lot. And I guess when I was coming up, when I was really getting
Yeah, what were you? You were more into.
Yeah, who?
Garth, I don't know, like that era, the like 90s, the later 90s,
All
not
right.
the super early. There was some Alabama stuff that I liked. I know, dude. I know.
Did you just?
I know, dude.
But Garth would have never been Garth if there was no Alabama.
I'm not saying I understand that and agree.
There were like, you ever watch Eastbound and Down?
Yeah.
You hear Kenny Powers say when he walks on the fucking mound,
Yeah.
I want this place to look like a goddamn Alabama concert
yeah,
with smoke and lasers.
Listen,
Bro,
the real
shout
cool-
out Kenny
the real
Powers.
Cool.
Put the dirt on him in
You,
the hole.
you can put a turkey gobble over that.
They did.
Now we gotta have Randy Owen on, and I'm gonna get blasted.
Dude, Randy Owen.
Give us your Alabama pitch right now.
Well, first off, one of the reasons I thought it would be cool to play that song for you called Lady Down on Love is that it's interesting for me in my career being Jake Owen,
Yeah.
not to speak of myself in third person
No, it's
like
okay.
Garth Brooks would. Anyways, Randy wouldn't do that.
I roll there.
Hot in here. Somebody open a window.
But everybody, man, when I was playing like fairs and festivals back in the day, and I would always go out and sign autographs, and I love the fairs and festivals coming up, and people would say, "Oh, I love your daddy. Your daddy, I'd seen your daddy in 1988 when he came to, and your daddy was the sexiest man ever. And
Yeah.
I love what you're doing too." And I would always be like, "Yeah, my dad, he's great." And so I'd tell Randy, I said, "Man, everybody thinks I'm your son." He's like, "Just keep on going with it, son." And then we did a song on my first album called "You Can Thank Dixie" that he sang on with me. And in that song, he says, "Jake, sing it for me, son."
Oh, nice.
And so that like added to it.
Yeah.
But my tour manager for 15 years is named Greg Fowler. And Greg was like my dad really on the road for all those years, thank God. And he was with Alabama for 25 years, from the time they were at the Bowery in South Carolina to the time they went into the Hall of Fame. And he just told me about the story of Lady Down on Love and how Randy wrote it by himself. They used to play at the Bowery in South Carolina.
He wrote it by himself.
Yeah.
Give us a piece, dude. Give us a piece. I wouldn't mind hearing it. Seriously.
I give you a little bit, but
Here, give us a piece.
he wrote the song because he was walking around. And
half step.
I've been through this.
It's a half step. By the way.
All right, that's all right. I've been through this, so I know that what it feels like to be divorced. And
Okay, but did you when you were 8?
no, I didn't. But
That's
I
what I'm
also,
saying.
you know, but you learn part of music and learning about other artists is like finding them through the people you love.
1,000%.
I love that.
Yeah, it's great.
Absolutely.
That's great.
I didn't. I'm like you. I mean, I don't feel like I'm old. I feel rather young, but I'm 44 and I grew up in the 90s. I was born in the 80s, you know, so I grew up in the 90s and I love Randy Travis, Alan Jackson, Mark Chestnut,
Now you're speaking
Doug
more
Stone.
English. All
I
those
keep
guys.
going. All of these guys. But thankfully, it was Alan Jackson and George Strait and all those kind of guys that made me realize like who Lefty Frizzell was, or
Sure.
Merle Haggard.
Same.
I didn't grow up on the radio. Merle Haggard was not playing, so I had to find him. Anyway, long story short,
Same.
Randy Owen was walking around the Bowery, and this is what Greg Fowler told me about the story. And there was a table full of ladies, and they all were looking like they were gathering for a party. And there was one lady that didn't look like she was partying like the rest of them. And he said, "What are y'all doing?" They said, "We're here celebrating her divorce." And he said, "Well, she doesn't look too happy about it." And she's like, "Yeah, I'm not really." And so he went home that night and he wrote in the hotel room there, I guess, he wrote Lady Down on Love.
Huh.
And it's about a woman, obviously. It's her first night on the town since she was just 18. A lady down on love, out of hope and dreams. The ties once bound her, now are far away because now she's like a baby just learning how to play again. She never thought love would ever end so sweet. You know, her mind drifts back in time to that midsummer moon when he asked her to marry, and she gladly said okay. And woman came to be from the girl of yesterday. You know, and now she's a lady down on love. The second verse is what gets me because
Okay, we'll play it.
I'll play that for you.
Yeah.
He says, well, he actually changed his keys. Well, now I know a lady who's down on her love, 'cause I used to hold her and have that special touch. But work took me away from home late at nights, and I just wasn't there when she turned out the lights. So both of us got lonely, and I gave in to lust, and she just couldn't live with a man she couldn't trust. Now she's a lady down on love,
Sheesh.
Come on.
and she needs somebody to gently pick her up. She's got her freedom, but she'd rather be bound to a man who'll love her, never let her down.
Dude, you're filthy.
I messed up a couple chords there on the key change, but
I'll tell you what.
I was actually surprised that I could mouth the words of the first verse without singing it. You ever try to do that? You ever try to like remember the words to a song without actually singing it?
Oh, all the time. Even my own songs.
So, anyways, my point is Alabama's great.
Okay,
you should love them, Dan.
Okay, I tell you what. Because of this. All right, I'm moving.
You need to have Randy too. Randy,
We would love to have Randy on it. Legend, by the way. Because of your conviction, I'm gonna dive in. Tell me where to start.
dude.
Yeah, that was
Lady Down on Love.
I could have faked it.
Why, lady?
First off,
Why?
I could have faked it and said, "Oh yeah, I'm a huge Alabama fan.
Why, lady,
I'm
why?"
in a hurry to get things done."
No.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
I
I'm
know
saying.
you're like you get tired of people singing Dixieland Delight and all that, which is a great song.
Yeah.
But man, dude, like Why, Lady, Why, which was written by Mac McAnally.
Killer. Dude. I had the chance to work with him. He's
Actually,
awesome.
Why, Lady, Why, I think was written by Teddy by himself, Teddy Gentry. Old Flames, Mac McAnally. Mac McAnally, Dean Dillon wrote a song called She Put the Sad in all of his songs. And that is what I texted Randy last night about. I said, dude, your voice on this song and the sound of this song is one of the most amazing songs I've ever heard. And his response to me last night was, I thought I'd cut a mega hit. And I said, well, it may not have been on a radio, but it is. But you know, My Home's in Alabama, all those songs, all those early songs on that early album, Randy wrote a lot of those by himself.
Wow.
And then with Teddy, and then as they got bigger and were having all these hits, that's when they started getting pitched all those songs like She and I Live in a, you know, and all these like bigger pop crossover type hits.
Yep.
That's when they started getting big, you know, and like the labels like going, cut this song, cut that song.
I think that's the stuff that didn't really
when you
resonate.
when you were like growing up probably in the 90s when Alabama was in that mid or later part of their career. You know, and songs like
it was mega too. It was mega.
The Cheap Seats and all those types of songs.
Yeah.
They kind of came across to me as a little cheeky. Like it wasn't the classic like Marshall Tucker sound in Alabama.
Yeah, I don't know that Alabama. I would love to know that.
That's the Alabama. That's the.
Okay, noted.
I mean, like Alabama has like they have a die-hard following too. Like, I dated.
You're gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Oh, okay.
I dated a girl that her family, when she was little, her family vacation was to drive down to Alabama and try to find where Randy Owen lived.
Fort Payne, baby.
That's right.
Wait, don't tell them. They'll go.
They're all there. Fort Payne, Alabama.
That's right. That's where they'd go down and try to see Randy Owen. That was their vacation. Just go try to spot him.
That's awesome.
But I mean, like, they listened to him. They listened to Alabama on Christmas morning, dude. Like that was their
Randy. It's really wild that somebody like Randy has become someone that I mean, I've always looked up to him as just a fan, but then he embraced me almost, you know, like he's like a mentor in a way.
Because you're his son, right?
Well, because of the idea that people thought maybe I was his son, but
that's fine.
Greg Fowler, you know, was with me for all those years. And then I really embraced St. Jude Children's Hospital because of Randy's dedication and being a patriarch of Country Cares. Mm-hmm. And I was very fortunate, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago, Randy gave me the Angels Among Us Award at St. Jude.
That's awesome.
And that's pretty cool.
Cool, man.
Full circle moment.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm going to dive in, dude. I'm going to dive into some of that early stuff, and next time you come on, my palate will be cleansed.
I'm not coming back on again until you can sit here and play me a solid Alabama song.
Love that.
I do too. I gotta prove it.
All right, Jake. We had Casey Beathard on, and he lived in Florida as a kid, and he told a story about him and his 3 brothers, 10, 8, and 7, going out.
Talk about you never let your kids do.
Just hopping on a boat out there on their dock and taking off, and their dad would let them.
They go shark fishing by themselves
in the ocean
in a flat bottom at 10, 8, and 6.
100%.
What's the most Florida thing? What's the most Florida kid thing you've ever done like that?
Oh, so when I turned 12, my dad bought my brother and I a 13-foot Boston Whaler. It had a 40 horsepower Johnson on the back of it.
Perfect. Go.
And
perfect.
He was like
13.
He was like, here's the keys. Like, you know, y'all, because my parents grew up in Florida, and so that's just what you do. Like when you're a kid, like it's like, and this would have been when I was 12. I was born in 81, so 1993.
Our version of this was a Honda Big Red.
Yeah, 3-wheeler.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Yeah, that was our version.
How many times did you roll it back?
We were flipping
millions.
Yeah,
side wheeling.
My brother did that too. But Dad gave us that boat, and it was every day. I mean, from the time I was 12 until I turned 16 and actually got a car, it was like the feeling of freedom that I can't explain. When you're 12 and you don't have there was no cell phone. We didn't even know what a cell phone was at 12. No. But yeah, I get in that boat and just go out by myself after school or before school and go fish or whatever, because we lived right on the river. And just being out there alone, man, was so awesome. But I do remember one day, like I ran across a sandbar and blew out the lower unit in that Johnson. And I had no cell phone. So I was just in the middle of the intercoastal by myself at 12 years old.
You were by your brother in there?
Oh yeah. And I only had a 5-gallon gas tanks in the back that you had to mix oil with and stuff. But yeah, I got stuck out there, and I remembered, somebody told me to the closest bridge, and then I got a phone call to my dad from like the local restaurant.
We literally did that on the Duck River about 5 years ago. We got stuck and missed it. Yeah.
But yeah, those are the things, like setting your kids free and letting them do and become who they are, I think is what gave me the confidence then to be the kid I was when I moved here. Like just to up and move here. I look back on that, I'm like, what was I thinking?
How old were you?
I don't know that I was, but I do know that I had confidence that was instilled in me from just my father.
We say it all the time, like, but it's like, let your kids do dangerous things carefully. You know, like let them experience, let them fall, let them hurt,
Basically,
let them feel the
stop
pain.
them if they're doing whatever it is that's somewhat dangerous, but they're doing it carefully. Don't jump in and break that up. Like, let them learn how to
navigate
somewhat
that
dangerous
thing.
things carefully. Yeah, we've adopted that mantra, especially for our.
Because I do the same thing, man. I mean, you know, Dad would let us. We'd all go to the woods and we'd take off with rifles to our deer stands and be out there in the middle, you know, of the dark but you figure out things about yourself and later in life it helps you down the road and it grows you up and turns you into who you're going to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I still wonder about rifles in the dark at 13, but we definitely did it for sure.
I mean, we knew what to do with them, knew how to handle them.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I can do it, man. I mean, would you do that? Would you let your girls, if they're like, hey, man, we're going to freaking take a Boston whaler out, would you be like, see you in 8 hours?
Yeah, I mean, my daughter now is almost 14.
Right.
And I would have a hard time a couple years ago, even now, giving her keys to go out on a boat by herself in the middle of a river.
Right.
But I got to give my, you know, like I said, the same guy that put a match under my finger is the same guy that gave me the keys to life.
Absolutely.
You know, and said be strong and be a man. Yeah. And I love that about my dad.
Go figure it out. Go make your own decisions. Go do it.
When did you move here? How old were you?
I was 22, almost 23. I moved here in 2004.
Cool.
I dropped out of college. I was telling you, my brother, that was the first time we were separated, you know, so we shared, we even lived together in college. And then I'll never forget the day I was like, dude, I got to get out of here, man. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't play Sweet Home Alabama and the Joker and Dixieland Delight every night over and over. I want people to listen to my songs. And so.
Were you already writing then?
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, you might have heard on my first album, I had a really, world-changing song I wrote in college called 8 Second Ride.
Nice.
You know? There's a great line in that song about, you know, climb on up, but honey, watch the cup that I've been spitting my dip inside. Yeah, one of the greater lines ever. Actually, Christofferson called me one time about it and was like, that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Lines I wish I would have written. Huh?
Yeah. I remember I wrote that song in college and people liked it. And for some reason, I remember people thinking, they were like, oh, this song's awesome. So they gave me the comment. I was like, well, I better move to Nashville then, you know? Anyways, I wanted to play my own songs and I got tired of playing everybody else's. And I just one day called my parents. I was like, I'm going to go to Nashville. And they were kind of blown away. And I was like, my dad said, well, whenever you finish college, you know, I was like, no, I'm leaving tomorrow. And I did. And my brother, it was hard when we got separated. But he was always my biggest fan, still is. And that was 22 years ago.
Wow, man. That's great.
I mean, yeah.
What does that feel like?
It feels good, man. I came here with nothing. And like yesterday I was like, you know, looking out over my farm in my pool by myself.
Yeah, man.
Because I came here with nothing and I've gained a whole lot when it comes to the business side of it. I feel like I've done a lot of incredible things. But I also came here with no children, no relationships 22 years ago. And now I'm blessed to have 2 children. I'm blessed to have had 2 relationships that were fruitful and amazing. But I'll say that like everything that I thought I moved here for, that I was looking for, I definitely fulfilled. But I also have been given a lot of things that I never signed up for or didn't know that would come along with it. And I think if people would have told me that, I may have just stayed in Vero. You know? Like, and I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah.
You know? I think people put emphasis on making it in Nashville. They put emphasis on like, are you sure you want to do that, man? You know, there's a lot of people up there, blah, blah. That's not what people should put the emphasis on when people move to Nashville,
Ooh,
because
what should they put it
on what happens when you make it.
Yeah.
People always talk about, what, dude, are you sure? I mean, you know the chances of making it?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about, like, who cares? Let's talk about when you make it.
Yep,
like, what are you going to do then?
Because life still goes on.
Life goes on. Friends get lost.
Absolutely.
You know, relationships get broken.
Yep.
All kinds of things that no one talks about other than if you make it. And then they think that when you make it, it's all, you know, glitz and glamour. And so, long answer to your short question, 22 years here has taught me a lot about people, myself, the business, just, you know, life. It's really,
Man, my guy is preaching over here.
It's been amazing.
Man, one thing I
preaching
respect about you is that you're kind of pushed into a corner where you have to live your life out online, right? Like in the public a little bit because of your career but one thing I respect about you is you don't shy away from it. And the moment you had around Christmas and the way you responded to that, I respect you hardcore for that, bro.
Oh, well,
like
thanks, man.
real talk, man.
I actually, for a while there, I didn't really want to be. I'll give you a great story. And something I think is important is that all of us as men, I said this in my apology for those that don't know, you know, like I just had like kind of a straight up, dude. I had a straight up like breakdown over the fact that I was losing my second relationship, the mother of my daughter, Paris, and like, and a lot of it definitely is due to decisions and ways I have been, and so I take full responsibility of that. But it doesn't mean like it doesn't hurt, and it doesn't, and like I thought about how much of this life has brought me, and all the beautiful things that people see from the outside in, but they don't necessarily always see the underlying things that I or she or any of us in this business or anyone's like kind of forced to deal with under the surface, and then show up and smile and sing Barefoot Blue Jean Night. And it was just, it was a moment. It was a moment where like I just kind of lost who I was, because when I looked back at that video that I posted, I was like, I don't even know that dude.
Yeah,
I don't know who that guy is, but that guy's hurt. That guy's lost.
Yeah,
and it made me realize in that moment, like, you know, that I wasn't who I thought I was trying to become, but it set me on a different path of understanding that like we're all like broken in ways, and you got to find out how to, you know, fix yourself. Like nobody can fix you.
1,000%.
And so thanks for saying that. But I'll tell you, like when it happened, I was real embarrassed, because I was like, man, I've done a lot of great things in my life, and I'm a really happy person. And I've got a beautiful family of like daughters and people that respect me. And I got great friends, but like I gave this like in an instant, this impression that I was like not well. And, I was like embarrassed to like be out in public and have people see me. And anyways, it was around Christmas, like you said. And so I was going to the mall to buy my daughter a necklace. And I was in Tiffany's getting my daughter this little like turquoise necklace. And this guy came up to me when I was walking out, and he's like, "Are you Jake Owen?" And I was like,
"Yeah, here we go."
I knew what he was going to say. He was going to said, "Yeah, man, what's up?" He goes, "Well, do you know Ken Mellons?" I said, "Ken Mellons, like that's like our country music artist, is an amazing singer, like bad." He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, I know Ken Mellons. I love that dude's voice. I mean, the dude's awesome." He said, "Well, he just walked by here a minute ago and he saw you and he said that was you in there." And I said, "Really? Where is he? I want to meet him." He said, "Well, he's somewhere. I bet I could find him." And so, sorry if this sounds long-winded. This can blow your mind.
No,
So Ken Mellons, for those of y'all who don't know, is still regarded as one of the greatest country singers, like in our time. Had a short-lived career, but like when I moved to town, I would talk to Jimmy Ritchie, who helped me, about Ken Mellons and his album and like his voice and like, anyways. So I said, "I'm gonna go get a Starbucks. I'll be back. You get him, and I'm gonna come back up here. I'll meet you." So when I came up, I look up and I see Ken. He looks at me, and I see him, and my first thought is, "Oh my God, like that's Ken Mellons. He's the Green Hills mall cop."
What?
K Mellons right on his shirt. And I say this on this interview because of how much admiration and love I already had for Ken Mellons, and now I have even more for him, because in that moment where I was embarrassed to show my face, and he had no idea what I'd gone through in those few days prior to that. My first instinct when I saw him was like, Ken Mullins is the mall cop.
Yeah.
Like, but it didn't affect me from upstairs. He like walked straight towards me and he hugged me and he said, Jake, man, so good to see you. And I was like, I'd never met him. I'm like, Ken Mullins, like, what's going on, bro? And we just started talking for a minute. And I told him, I said, dude, I got to tell you, I had a bit of a breakdown the other day. I didn't even want to come out. And I'm so glad I did because I got to meet you. And like, you're someone I've always looked up to. And when he told me that you saw me in here, I like couldn't wait to meet you. And he told me, he goes, Jake, I got to tell you, man, like I went through the hardest time when I lost my record deal. I got to drinking, I lost my wife. My whole life went downhill. He said, and I got this job here. And he said, I took it reluctantly because I was embarrassed. Yeah. He said that people like Brad Paisley or something would come in and I would go the other way because I didn't want him to see me as the mall cop.
Yeah.
And he goes, but now I realized, he said, I'm proud of who I am. And this is, I'm supposed to be where I am. And he said, and people like you coming and saying, no, Ken Mullins, I want to see. He's like, now I get to walk up proudly and see people like you and like to tell me they're proud of me. And it makes me realize I'm right where I need to be. And he doesn't realize in that moment what I'd already just gone through. And no matter where we are,
he probably didn't even see it.
Ken Mullins was a great singer, had a record deal. I've way better singer than me. And like, we're all in these places in life where we're figuring out our lives. And
every day, bro.
And we're all, and it occurred to me in that moment that like, we all think of ourselves as we should be seen as something that we want to be seen as. And it's really like what you do as a human and how you portray yourself is what you're going to get back in return from folks. And I got to just say, like, I'm so proud of Ken. He's making a new record now. And I feel bad. I was supposed to be doing an interview with him at some point. But like he put so much in perspective for me that day because he said he was down on himself for a long time. And he said he one day looked in the mirror and he just said, Ken, you're awesome. You deserve to don't be down on yourself. Don't be. Yeah. And he said he just turned his life around. He's sober now. He's going to church all the time. He said his wife came back.
Wow.
Like
Ken,
all
man.
these, yeah. So Ken Mullins.
What do you think, Ken?
Shout out Ken Mullins. I mean, and I recommend anybody out there too, go check out that record that's got Jukebox Junkie on it and all those songs because all of us here, this goes back to the 22 years of being in Nashville. Like we all moved here with dreams. You guys both moved here with the dream of writing songs and just being in it, being around people that do this and like being part of the club, the cool club.
100%.
I'm still trying to get in that cool club.
Same, dude.
Yeah.
I think we all are.
I feel like my card runs out.
But,
you know what I mean?
But no matter where you're at, man, like we're all came here with the same thing, and no one's better than anyone else. Like there's like Chris Stapleton's better than us.
Yeah, he's better.
You know what I mean? Like, he's better. But like the rest of us, like we're all pretty much we're all in the same fishbowl. Like except for Chris, he's in another level. But it's just important to realize that, like, dude, we're all here doing the same thing. We're all trying to make it. We're all doing the best we can, and then sometimes it hurts. Woo! And if you see somebody that's hurting or not believing in themselves, it's important to, when you recognize that, to tell them that you believe in them if you do, you know? Because I said on a podcast the other day to someone, he said, what would you tell your younger self now? I said, screw that. I wish I could go back and have my younger self tell me, remind me of who I'm supposed to be. Because as we get older, you can get down on yourself. You can tell yourself you shouldn't be doing things. So sometimes I need to go back to my younger self who was kind of on
naive
and say, yo, dude, you're good. Do this.
Yeah.
Right. Like
totally.
and so sometimes it's the reverse. You need to remind yourself of that. But my point is, I had a lot of people reach out to me during that time. And even those I haven't reached back out to, which I'm sorry. I've been kind of overwhelmed. But so many people reached out to me and they were so kind. And they were so just genuine about where they are too, and how stuff's hard and life is not easy. And it really brought a lot of peace to me. So I'm grateful for that. And I'm glad to use this platform to express that you can do the same for somebody.
Dude, thank you for sharing.
No
that,
doubt,
man.
man. That's strong. That's good stuff.
I'm gonna tell you something,
That's
man.
good stuff.
You said so many great things right there. I'm gonna have to go back through that, but a few of them, you know, like the Ken Mellon's right where I am where I'm supposed to be. Like, that's so powerful, man. Even if
being a light in that moment, like wherever you're at, it doesn't matter if you want to be there or not. If you're there and you realize that you're there, be a light wherever that is, man. That's huge.
I think we walk into. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. We try to keep it pretty light on this thing, and I think occasionally we walk into the realities of this business, and what I mean by that is, the insecurity that we live with as artists, as creators, and the constant, like, is this good enough? Does this matter? Am I saying what I need to say? Am I doing what I need to do? Well, this guy just hit with this. Should I come over here? Should I? And we live in this world of, like, constant critique. And even for artists, it's way harder, I feel like, after seeing the other side of that, because you guys have to kind of live out your truths online a lot and in your social presence, and how big of how much that matters. Now, as songwriters, at least we can go home and pull the covers over our head and nobody gives. You know what I mean? Like, people, and when the reality hits, my preacher says this all the time, man, and he's so right. New levels, new devils. And as I started having some success and seeing some things, I saw some people, I lost some friends. Like you said, I lost some friends. I saw some people's opinions of me change because I wasn't necessarily under their thumb anymore. And then you start wondering, this guy's better than me, but I have this and he has this. And before you know it, you're in this whirlwind of comparison, and it can be extremely lonely. Thankfully for me, I had my brother to kind of bring me back to earth when I had my situation that I had and kind of lost it. I didn't go online and talk about it because nobody cared. But I took it in, and I dealt with it myself, and I was dealing with it in the incorrect way. And I really am thankful to have some friends and some people around me. And I'm saying that to advise others who's going through the struggle, regardless of what it is, to rely on those people around you, to be encouraged by those people around you, to have faith in something and believe that what you're doing is powerful and that you're supposed to be there. Because if you don't have that, man, I don't know how you pull through that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So good on you for recognizing it and taking the steps to be accountable for it, and also to help others know how to walk down that path when it greets them. Because ultimately, I feel like that hits everybody at some point. You know, the scared and the
stress, the anxiety.
Dude, it's heavy, man. Life gets heavy,
and it's in everything. It's in life,
and
right?
it doesn't change. Look, I remember sitting across from Casey Beathard and hearing him talk about this and being like, "Yeah, easy for you to say, dude. Easy for you to say, Mr. 25 number ones, established pillar in the community." When he was telling me this stuff, you know. And now that I'm not saying that I'm any level of what Casey is, but now that I've had some success and looking back on it, he was totally right, man. You really have to have a faith. I mean, thankfully, my relationship with Jesus has kind of pulled me through some of that stuff. And
absolutely,
but it's a daily battle. It's a daily fight to keep your head above the water.
When things get loud for you, like in your head and mentally and around you, and life feels chaotic, like, where do you go? Where do you go to get away, to turn it off, to turn it down? Is it the golf course? Is it
music?
Is it a creek? Is it a river? Yeah, where is it for you? Is it on stage? Where is it?
I like being by myself. Like, that's my favorite thing. Because I feel like for so long, I'm just like surrounded by people.
Oh, yeah.
So people,
y'all are always
no doubt.
like, somebody's always around,
asking you what you
wants
need
to be around, you know, which I'm grateful for, because I feel like I have a life that I've built that, like, seems attractive to others. So therefore they like to be part of it. But there's also, I don't care who you are, I think everyone really needs alone time to, like, sit with your own thoughts and your own quiet, like just quietness for a minute. And so for me, I do like going to the golf course by myself. I think that's why I liked golf as a kid, was I felt the accountability of what the game was of itself. Like, you keep your own score. Yeah. You can't cheat.
Pressure's on
you. You have to be really honest with yourself. Like, not every shot's the same. You're going to take them as they come and go. It's life, really, right? And so that, I love to fish. Like, I'm big, I love to fish. But a lot of times I think I just like to, like, walk around with my dogs at my farm. it's funny because I go home and I kind of check out. Like, but people that work, they'll tell you like I'm not good at text messages. I hate emails.
Same.
But yeah, if you want to find me, most of the time, if I'm home, that's where I'm at. Like, I'm not going anywhere. I don't go out downtown. I don't drink anymore. So I don't, I just like to get right with myself.
Man, that's awesome.
It's a great segue into a little questionnaire I got for you. A little game we want to play. It's called Jake Owen Going or Jake Owen Ain't Going.
I mean, the name of the game was Jake Owen Ain't Going because it rhymed.
My bad.
Come on, man.
My bad.
Tighten up.
I'm going to give you a couple scenarios. You tell me if Jake Owen's going or if Jake Owen ain't going.
All right.
You're on the back of a boat. Got your buddies with you. Just cracked open some non-alcoholics, some zeros. Real American beers, maybe, in the boat. Let's say that. Got your favorite playlist on. Somebody, phone rings. You laying there, vibes are high, phone rings. Hello. Hey, man, I got an extra seat on my jet flying down to the Florida State-Florida game. Football. We got one more ticket.
All you got to do is get to a dock.
All you got to do is just get to a dock right now.
Jake Owen
Leave
going?
what you're doing. Is Jake
I
Owen going?
guarantee you right now, many people know the answer to this.
Is Jake Owen ain't going?
Am I going or ain't going?
He ain't going. Jake
ain't
Owen ain't going. Yeah.
I don't give a shit about your private jet. I don't care.
That's what I wanted.
I don't care.
All right, you're on the putting green. 5 minutes till you're teeing off at Pebble. Phone rings. Jake Owen. Hey, Jake, this is Robbie from GQ Magazine.
Congratulations.
You just won the sexiest man alive
Ever on Earth.
of all men on ever.
Caveman
alive.
to now. You just won it, dude. Congratulations.
Need you to fly out to LA right now.
And you get $150,000.
You get $150,000, front page of a magazine, GQ, Jake Owen, sexiest men of all men ever.
An existence of guys with wieners.
But you got to leave right now.
Yep.
Is Jake Owen going or Jake Owen ain't going?
Jake Owen, don't give a shit about that.
Jake Owen ain't going. Jake Owen he's hitting that Ford hybrid, little butterfade cut down one on Pebble. And he's got a wedge in to go one under. I like it.
Yeah.
You're about to hop on a plane and fly to Vegas. You got a really high paying private gig. That's happening. Plane's ready. You're about to hop on it. Mr. Owen, you need anything? Would you like some coffee? No, I'm good. I'm good. Sit down.
We got a basket of snacks here.
Yeah. Would you like
a
some
beef jerky or some
almond butter?
Yeah.
Phone rings. What's up, Dad? Jake, I got 2 birds just started gobbling behind the house. I need you to get here right now.
No hens.
We can kill this bird right now. What are you doing? I'm on a plane, Jake. Are you coming to kill these birds with me, Jake? Or are we going to play the private game?
My dad would be like, son, but you better go
You better
take
go play
that
that
money, son.
Go get your bag.
He probably would never call me and say like, he would not, but usually I turn down high dollar gigs all the time for pure purposes of living my own life. I don't,
Good on you. Yeah.
There's no, I'm not just saying that. Like I really do. Like I'm not proud sometimes of saying no to larger dollar deals, but my kids and my family and my life is way more important to me than money.
Yeah.
So
I can tell that.
And and even honestly, man, the people I know that have more money than they even know what to do with, the richest people I know are still have the same problems I have or the same problems anybody else has.
No doubt.
And so no amount of money is ever going to fix those problems. The only things that I tend to find in my life that fixes me is moments with the people I love the most.
Like killing turkeys with your dad.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd probably go kill a turkey with my dad.
And
growing up in Florida, there's a lot of bird hunting. So like we don't have big deer down there really.
Right.
I mean, there can get some decent sized ones.
Sure.
But most down there, like everybody loves like hunting like Osceola turkey. Have you guys shot Osceola yet?
We haven't
We've never
yet.
killed an Osceola.
We'd love to, but
Come on down to Florida.
That's the only one. That's the
Old
only
John
one.
Anderson will say, you come down there and get one of them big old Osceola turkeys.
That's pretty good. I didn't know you're a impression guy.
I'll tell you something,
yeah.
man. All these really good singer guys
Yeah, they can
can
do it.
always do great impressions of other
Yeah.
guys. I've noticed that. That was the best John Anderson I've ever heard, for sure.
I had a dog back in the day that I got from the pound, and I named him Amos Moses.
Yeah.
And I was playing a show with John Anderson one night, and he came up on the bus, and he said, "Oh, Jake, who's this?" I said, "That's my dog, Amos Moses." And he said, "I can't be." He said, "Because Amos Moses was a Cajun."
He was, man. Only had one arm.
That's
dude.
right. That's
Yeah, man.
awesome.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
Amos Moses. That's a good name for a dog.
All right, let's talk Dreams to Dream. Dropped in November of last year, co-produced with Shooter, recorded in LA. Did you feel like you needed to get away from Nashville to record this record, or did that just how it happened?
I didn't feel like I needed to get away from Nashville. I just wanted to make an album of songs that weren't like, this is no disrespect at all to what everybody's doing up and down these streets right here trying to write songs for country radio, you know? But I've been doing that for 20 years. And I felt like every record I was making were like people, whether it's label, whether it's your management, whether it's your friends, whether it's your writers, your publishers, everybody's like, man, like what, like, you know, what are you looking for? What do you need?
Yeah,
and like,
absolutely.
That question comes up all the time in songwrites when I'd like walk in like to somebody, they're like, well, what do you need on your record? I'm like, nobody needs anything. I think like you just need great songs.
Yeah.
And, but I'd already made, I've had 10 number ones. I've had every song pretty much I ever picked working with Joey, who was so great. I love Joey Boy. But like we really focused on every song on the album being a radio smash. It doesn't matter where you go. And if you listen to a lot of those records, it sounds like that. I mean, there's just smash, radio smash.
Yeah.
But songs like Lady Down on Love or any of these old school country songs that I am like the aficionado of, I love that stuff, is what I wanted to make an album like. And I was like, I want to make an album that has no disrespect to country radio at all. They're all still my friends. I want to get back out there at some point and put some country radio songs out again. Sure. But I wanted to make an album that had nothing to do with the ability of forcing it upon anyone. I wanted people to gravitate towards it that loved that idea of what I was doing and also loved to hear me sing like that in a nice, smooth Don Williams, like crooner not everything. Like I wanted to make an album where we laid it down pretty much live and did no overdubs, like no tuning. There's not one auto tune melody, nothing on that album. And I wanted to do it with someone that appreciated music the way I did. And Shooter reached out to me and was encouraging to me and told me that I was great. Literally. He's like, Jake, when I see you sit with your guitar on Instagram and play these old country songs, I'm blown away why you don't make an album like that. And I was like, well, let's do it. And he's like, come on. And so we did. And I got to say, no, I didn't want to get out of Nashville, but I can't understand out of all these years that I've played those songs, why is the guy from LA reaching out to me? Yeah. Because nobody in Nashville was calling my phone saying, let's make a real country album, you know?
Man. Yeah.
So, and at the same time too, you know, other than my friend Kendall Marvel, who's just a legend and a gangster.
Yep. He is an OG, man.
He is.
He's
amazing.
Yeah.
And he and I and Casey Bethard wrote a lot of like my early songs together. But Kendall believed in me too and the idea of it and wanted to help me. And so he said, I'll go with you to LA. And we just kind of had this like little collective, and we went out there and we wrote these songs and we made an album about the trip out there and like where I was in my life. And I'm really, really proud of it. Like, it's not like huge commercially crazy successful, but like, it's just, it feels more fulfilling to me almost than any record that I've ever made.
Wow.
Like, it really does.
And that feels like it's more important than any success, worldly success, radio success that you can have, is doing it for yourself and doing it and making you feel good about it.
Yeah. But at the same time, don't get me wrong. I mean, the feeling of having your song on the radio is so amazing. You guys know that as songwriters. And like the feeling of sitting there in your truck and hearing your song come on, or the DJ saying, this is Jake Owen's new single, blah, blah, blah. Like, y'all let us know what you think. And you hear it and it comes through like in that compressed radio sound. You're like, yeah, dude.
No doubt, man.
Do you remember the first time you heard your first song in a truck?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I remember it was Yeehaw, which I wrote with Kendall and Casey Bethard.
That's right.
And I was going down Broadway because I just bought a Tahoe with some of the new money that I'd got. I had like an old car, and I bought this Tahoe. And it was like, that was like right at the time where like when the radio station was playing a song, it would say the name on the screen. So it said Jake Owen on it. And I remember looking and seeing my name and then looking up, and I could see like the Bat Tower, and I could see like, I was like, this is the same place I just moved to like a few years back, like just trying to make it. And now like I'm in a new Tahoe with my name on the screen, looking at the town I moved to. It's like, whoa. And then you know what else is cool? It's like you ever walk into like Dick's Sporting Goods or like over like West Nashville area and they're like pumping music outside.
Yep.
Like it's been so cool.
Out of the rock speaker
so
in
many
the
times to like
garden.
walk in there with my little girl, you know, and my little girl's like, Dad, that's your song playing.
Man,
you
that's
know,
pretty
like,
great,
I'm
dude.
like, yeah, it is. Like, let's
Yeah,
let's
turn
go
it
get
up.
a you know, Paw Patrol fishing rod.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
I heard mine in Lowe's the other day.
So
was pretty
I
proud of
love
that.
having commercially successful music.
Yeah.
Like this was never about saying forget the system or anything
no.
like that.
Yeah,
I
man.
just like I've done it for a long time, and the one thing I hadn't scratched that itch was making an album that like my mom really wants to sit down on a Sunday morning and listen to her son sing those good songs.
Dude, I really like Jake Owen, dude.
Me too.
I
bro.
really
fan.
like you, dude. I think you're great, man.
Thanks, man.
I just appreciate how honest you are, and like you seem to really coming off the heels of your breakdown right there you were talking about. I feel like you got it together, dude. I think you're like you really got your head on, man. It seems like you got it all worked out. You know your music, you know your family, you know your passions. I'm just, man.
You know your struggles too, man, and that's the biggest part about it.
I just think that's huge. I really wish more artists would be as honest as you're being right now. Just to,
Well,
because look, man, I
they
get
are.
it.
I think they are. I think
I think some of them are.
Yeah, but you got to
I
keep
think
a
lot
little
them
bit
are.
of that. Some cats got to keep that show up, and I get it because you got to keep it up, man. But coming to a place where you're honest and telling the truth about how you're feeling in your struggles, it's so important, man. It's so important and it's so relatable because everybody does that, dude.
Well, thanks. I feel like my whole career, I've been very open with people, like even with my personal life, and like before I ever got married or had kids, and I would put a tweet out. It's like, I'm going on my boat today. The first 10 people that want to show up over here and go out with me, like show up at the dock, and people would show up and they're like, are you for real? And I'm like, yeah, get on the boat. Let's go. And I just have always loved being accessible, and I've loved being someone that's not, and I don't like to be misunderstood. That's my biggest fear. Like, I know who I am.
Yeah.
I know I'm a good person. I know I care for people, and I know that I would do anything for the people I love, or quite frankly, I'd do anything for someone I don't even know.
Yeah.
So to feel misunderstood hurts me. And I think part of me being open and trying to be sometimes overly transparent
Sure.
is my desire to connect with everyone from a personal human level. I don't feel greater than anyone.
Yeah.
And none of us want to feel less than anyone.
Sure.
But I definitely feel that part of my like vulnerability and honesty comes from my desire to want to connect with others without feeling misunderstood.
I think you do a great job
I
of it.
have a
man.
clear understanding.
Yeah, me too.
And I mean,
But sometimes being clear with people is hard. Like, because you can
Most
be very
times.
misunderstood by the
Yeah,
way. My mom
100%.
always says, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Sure.
And I'm not so good sometimes at how I say things. I'm good at saying what I want to say. I'm just not good at how I say it sometimes.
yeah, but you know, there's also an understanding of just an unabashed, open truth, you know. And I feel like I feel like you've said a lot of those today, man. I hope the listener gets a clear vision of reality in this. And like you said, there's a lot of mountaintops, dude. A lot of mountaintops. And I mean, having hits is unbelievable, dude. Like you said, man, I can remember
It is the mountaintop. In
the
this
first
genre.
time hearing one of my songs on the radio. I was just like, man, I can't believe this. I can't even believe it's happening. You know, like this is what everybody talks about, sitting in their car and crying in a parking lot, you know, of the fire hall, you know.
But it's easy for
still grinding.
Yeah, and it's easy for the outside viewer to see anybody in the music industry, anybody that moved to Nashville and had success or got a record deal and is on the radio or playing these big shows, and there's pictures and there's news articles. It all looks like mountaintops.
Yeah.
It all does. But dude, that is as just as many mountaintops. There are tenfold the valley lows in between those, man.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I would trade every single number one song. I would trade every dollar made. I would trade all that to have a family in a significant other the way that like I grew up. And I know that happened that way because my dad was like, he was there all the time.
Oh, totally.
So I say that not being ungrateful for the things that have come my way.
You're not coming across as ungrateful.
I say that because like I grew up in a house with like a mom and a dad, and I could lean on them. And I found myself in this place in life where like I'm alone a lot.
Yeah.
My kids are like, well, do I go to dad's today or do I go to mom's? You know, and like I didn't plan on that for them. But I think a lot of that has stemmed from this business. And like I look at other friends. I'm not the only one in this.
No,
like
dude,
I got other
not.
friends of mine that are doing the same thing. That have recently got divorced from their significant others, or they're doing that. Like it's an interesting feeling. But I think that luckily I have like friends and people that are like, they lift me up. And like when I'm single dadding it up, you know, throughout the week, they're like, hey, like come over and bring Paris or whatever. And so it's kind of cool. But I definitely, like I said, like this has all been great or whatever. But I think that thing of before you ever move here, if you could like get if there was like a manual that like you could read on like, if you make it,
This is what's going to happen.
Here's what's coming down the pipe.
get ready for this.
Yeah.
You know? And I might be like, I don't know that I want to do this. You know?
for sure, dude.
Man.
I say it to Combs all the time. Everybody that listens to this knows we're buddies with him and have been for a long time. And when I, at the end of when my run with I went out on the road as guitar tech. I didn't do anything. We played golf and went hunting, and I tuned some guitars a couple times and messed some stuff up majorly. But he's like, you come back next year? I was like, no, man. He was like, he told me what he would pay me. And I was like, hey, man, to be honest, I don't know that I would take your salary to come do this because of the strain that it puts on the home, man. I mean, you got to go because you said you'd do it and you said you'd do this. But man, I mean, well, with him, I watched, and he can't even hardly talk about it, but like we were in Australia when his second kid was born, dude.
Right.
And dude, he would trade everything he's ever made dollar-wise in his life to be in that hospital.
Say that I was in the hospital
Yes,
like most dads
he
are
would.
when their kids are born.
He would, dude.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
would. And I mean,
Because the show that he played in Australia was no different than the show he probably played in Texas. You know, it's just another show. That's no disrespect to the fans that
no
pay money.
disrespect at all.
man.
But
No,
no, I'm listen. I said, dude, I don't. And this sounds crazy, but I don't think y'all get paid enough. I don't think y'all get paid enough to miss the stuff that y'all have to miss.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I turn down stuff all the time where people, and
and that's where he's at now too. He's at the place where he's like, dude, if I want to do this, it doesn't matter what this necessarily pays. And I know that sounds insane.
Yeah.
but really you start looking at quality of your life, and you go, is it worth the trade-off?
But yeah, and we also know of a lot of artists that can't say no or don't say no.
Or they're in a place in their career where they have to say yes to everything.
That's what I'm saying. They got young kids and they've got a family. They've got what they've always wanted.
The craziest,
but yet it's always that like you have to sometimes decide on, you got what you wanted here, you got what you wanted here, which comes first. Yeah.
The craziest thing I ever saw calendar wise, and Luke's is nuts, but dude, I saw Lainey was opening for Luke like 2 or 3 years ago, before she was just having Heart Like a Truck. And I was sitting by her at catering, and we were talking songs and just kicking it back because we've both been at Sony forever. And dude, she just pulled up her calendar and just was doing this on the months. And it was like 8 appointments per day, every day for the next. I'm telling you, I was like,
I'm sure this guy's been through it. I'm
for sure.
Guy's
That's
been
what
through
I'm
that
saying.
same exact grind.
And dude, what do? We podcast occasionally, write songs,
a little bit. Yeah.
Go home, we deer hunt pretty good, but we hunt a pretty good bit. And we're like, we have no time. Dude, those cats have no time, dude. Y'all have no time. And I'm a whack job with what I got going on. I can't even imagine what I would be if I was running y'all's schedule down, dude. And to do it 10, 20 years?
We're very blessed. You know, we're lucky to have been one of the chosen few to to get the
nod,
the luxury of being able to do what we do.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that when you lay your head down at night on the bus when it's moving 80 miles an hour down the highway and you hear like rumble strips, you know, that like you're not like, oh God, please be okay. Like, you know, there's times I'm laying back there and I'm just like, I love my bus driver, he's amazing. But I worry. I'm like, man, hope he's not tired tonight. Hope his health is good. I hope like those are the things that don't go through your mind at 25 when you get a record deal, when you're just like, this is so cool to be on a tour bus.
Absolutely.
But when you have 2 kids at home that you can't wait to get home to, and you just want to get home safe, it's hard to sleep. It's hard. And so those are the things that just like wear on you, like that changes through your career of like things that matter more than the just, whatever. And I don't drink anymore, so I can't go to sleep, just pass out.
Right. You gotta deal
I'm
with
like
things
laying
now.
back there sober. Like,
you gotta figure some shit out.
You're just raw dogging it back there, staring at the ceiling. We slept on a bus for 2 nights last weekend in Notre Dame, and I was like,
You can't do it, yeah.
exhausted. I was exhausted. I was like, how do y'all do this all the time?
The one vent that blows cold air directly on your face is the one that crushes me. I can't do it.
Same.
Yeah.
But you got to have it open because if not, you're sweating like a son in there. Got to have that vent open.
Man, we saw where you just raised some money for your foundation, big crawfish bowl.
Oh yeah,
that was cool, man.
Do you cook the crawfish or you just eat them?
no, I cook them.
Oh, nice.
I love to cook. I did that for our little local in Kingston Springs. I bought this little building on the corner on Main Street, and we're gonna turn it into a cool like burger restaurant place. And but in the meantime, I've just been using the building for like get-togethers and gatherings. And we did a crawfish boil for free to give to the community. We just said, hey, just donate if you want to the fire department. We ended up raising over 20 grand just in one day. And
That's awesome.
And then this past weekend, I didn't do anything for charity. I just did something for fun and had just like a little bluegrass get together. And
That's
my
cool.
buddies came out and played bluegrass. And
Who came and played? I wish I could do that. I wish I could play bluegrass.
my buddy, check him out, Chris Capozzoli. I think that's how you say his last name. He's on Instagram as the Phony Rice Unit.
Okay.
And they were amazing. His buddy Ben had gotten married the night before, and so he brought like all his family was in town for the wedding, so they all came out, and it's just really like special, authentic, wholesome type of feel, and like small town USA, Kingston Springs. I tell everybody, man, check out Kingston Springs if you're here in Nashville or ever come around. Like they hate me saying this.
Actually, don't.
Everybody in Kingston Springs.
I do too. I hate it too.
Yeah,
Man.
they
Don't
hate
tell
me
people to
saying
do it.
this, but like I'm not saying it to fill the town full of crazy amounts of people. I'm saying it because it's a magical
Better
place
life.
full of magical people that someone should be lucky enough to ever step foot on Main Street. Like meet these kind of people.
Yeah.
It's changed my life. So that's where I try to get my happiness.
Got a good golf course in the middle of it too, right?
Yeah, there's a good one.
Yeah.
What? Which one?
You like the upper or the lower better?
Yeah. I'm a fan of the lower because it's traditional.
Yeah.
But I love the upper course too. I mean, it's just
I've only played the over.
Yeah.
we'll go. We'll play out there.
That's
We go
fun.
play if y'all want.
No,
That's a
I
good
don't.
spot.
Y'all
That's a
smoke
great
me.
spot.
Y'all can go.
You can sit at home and learn some Alabama.
That's right.
Let's wrap this up. What are we doing?
Well, I think this song is fitting for like the life of a country singer. I remember hearing this as a kid, and I wasn't a country singer. I just liked country music. And now that I've lived all these years of on the road and my adoration for country music and my affinity for these great sad country songs, this song makes so much sense to me. And I'm actually excited to go do Alan Jackson's last one for the road.
Oh wow! Wow!
I'm gonna sing and play a song on that deal.
Oh, killer.
But he did a great version of this song, The Blues Man.
Yeah.
Obviously, Hank Jr. wrote it.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be cool to do with you guys.
Do it.
Come on, man.
I'm just a singer, a natural born guitar ringer. I'm kind of a clinger. Some old sad songs, might have walked behind her. I'm a new note finder. My name's a reminder of a blues man that's already gone. I started drinking, took some things that messed up my thinking. Yeah, I was surely thinking you came along. I was alone in them hot lights, oh, with not too much left inside. She came and changed all that one night when you sang me the song. Well, hey, baby, I love you. to me you're some kind of macho man. You're over 40 years old now. Nights would be so cold now if you hadn't hung around with this blues man.
Jake freaking Owen out in God's country.
Yes.
Man.
Bro. That
Thanks for having me,
that
man.
was top. That was a good one, dude.
You were feeling that.
That was a good.
I mean, I already knew
dude.
it was really good.
No, I know that. I'm just saying that whole thing, bro. That podcast, like we do a lot of these, man, a lot of the time, and they're great. But like, that was. Thank you for opening up the way you did, sharing your feelings, your thoughts.
You're the cleanest baritone we've ever had. That's
talking about season.
Those notes were like.
Oh, dude, yeah, it was perfect.
I mean, it was
dead center of the note too every time. Man. Bro, DeCovis, sent you a little gift for coming on with us, man.
You said you're a cook too. You cook. We got
That's
some
awesome. I
Here,
had a sweet pair of Tecovas. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
I had a
dude.
sweet pair of Tecovas, and I left them in a hotel room on accident one time, and I never got another pair.
Well, there you go,
boom,
dude.
baby.
Bad boys, bro.
That's for you. We also got you some Tacticam. We got a little Defend 360 coming your way.
Oh wow.
A Tacticam Ultra, some knives, Work Sharp, some meters for smoking meat. You like to cook, smoke meat, the meter.
Do you know how to use the meter?
Those are
Got
great.
the Pro 2 coming to you.
Hey man, for real, thank you.
You're the man.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. That
No,
was
this has
awesome.
been great.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
dude.
Thank y'all for
Love what
setting it
y'all are
up
doing.
and getting him out here. And,
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Hey, where are you at, man? Where you playing? You on the road this fall? What are you doing in the summer?
Yeah, I'm all over.
Push
I'm all over
that closer. So
all over the place.
Yeah.
I'll be, anywhere and everywhere, and looking forward to. I'm gonna be making some more music too. So you can
awesome.
find me out there.
Thank you for your
Find him out
light.
there, dude.
Thank you for your light. Thank you for your honesty. It's important. Thank you for your songs and
No
your
doubt, man.
voice. The town loves you, and we'll always have your back. And just appreciate you coming.
Appreciate you guys, man.
Yeah, man.
Thank
I mean
you.
it. All right.
Thank you very much.
Jake Owen.
Jake on, y'all. We'll catch you next time.
See you, bye.
See ya.